कई वर्षों से ये चर्चा चल रही थी कि फॉरेन ट्रेड पॉलिसी आनी चाहिए, जो जो अलग अलग निर्णय लिए हैं उसको फॉर्मलाइज किया जाए पॉलिसी के माध्यम से। इस बार 2 या 3 वर्ष के बाद शायद पॉलिसी आ रही है कोविड और ये यूक्रेन सिचुएशन के कारण, लेकिन अच्छी नई चीज़ें इसमें जुड़ी हैं जिससे आगे के लिए फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी रहे।
COVID and geopolitical developments made India to continue to extend its foreign trade policy until now. India's foreign trade policy was last announced in 2015. A requirement under the Foreign Trade Development and Regulation Act 1992, India's foreign trade policy provides the framework through which India boosts exports, facilitates imports, monitors and maintains a favorable balance of payments. India's first foreign trade policy was announced in 1992, but back then it was called EXIM or Export-Import Policy, which in 2004 was renamed as the Foreign Trade Policy to adopt a more comprehensive approach to India's foreign trade. India has set an ambitious goal of achieving $2 trillion in exports by 2030. The target is really ambitious. While India has nearly doubled its exports since 2014-15, as India's projected exports this year are likely to be $760 billion, but tripling that from here on in just 7 years will not be easy. India's foreign trade policy goal in 2015-20 was aimed at doubling India's exports from $465 billion to $900 billion. FTP 2015-20 also introduced a new merchandise export scheme. By the end of policy's term in 2019-20, India's exports rose to just $526 billion. But exports for 2022-2023 are projected at $760 billion. While it is still less than the target 2015 FTP had set, but considerably larger than India's overall exports figure just a decade ago.
In our 75th year, India is marching ahead to cross $750 billion of exports of goods and services.
The FTP announced this year also marks breaking away from the conventional practice of following a 5-year cycle. The new policy is intended to be responsive to changing circumstances and will be modified as and when required. Additionally, the government will consistently gather input from relevant stakeholders to enhance and revise the policy. India's foreign trade policy is said to have 4 pillars, including an incentive-based exports promoting system, facilitating enhanced collaboration among exporters, states, and Indian missions, reducing transaction costs, and simplifying export processes for special chemicals, organisms, materials, or SCOMET. India is gunning to breach the $2 trillion mark in exports by 2030 with equal contribution from merchandise and services sector. Indian government is also aiming to encourage the use of Indian currency in international trade. While the target is steep, a stable political environment and supportive policies can certainly take India closer to its goal.